It picks up from the part one video. What we did is we listed out the features of this app, and I'm trying to make the font large enough to read. So again, a way to think about this, regardless of how much Python you've had, we're trying to figure out very specific steps that our application can do in order to be useful to the user. So what we've written out here, that you should have just paused and worked on your own code a bit for, is we've written the steps of what we'll need to do to get the very basic functionality working. So we're not worried about the kind of final end goal. How will the user log in to a website to use this app? Will they download it on their phone? What will happen? That's not of concern right now. We want to use the strategy to get our basic functionality in place and then to build additional functionality. So what you'll see me doing, I'm going to write only a very few lines of code at once, and I'm going to test my program. So let's have min int. That's going to be the lowest number that they can have for multiplication. Let's suppose it's 2. And now I'm going to make a max int, and I don't know, let's make it 10. So I've got 2 variables that are going to be what they can use. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a loop to go randomly and give them some options. So I'll use a for loop. Again, don't worry if you haven't seen a for loop before. I'm going to go ahead and arbitrarily decide that they're going to have 5 multiplication problems to participate or to try. And as they do those 5, maybe I'll keep score. So I'll have a score be 0. That was not defined in our initial description. Oops, I just made a new feature. Oh well. So first we need to generate a problem. So let's pretend that those are going to be letter A and letter B. So the first value that they're going to have to multiply will be figured out and stored into the variable called A. Up here, let's import random. So let's do random.randint, and we're going to set it between minint and maxint. Okay, perfect. So that's going to be A, and in fact, surprise, surprise, probably the same thing will happen to make variable B. We'll make another random integer that's in between those. And this is just a multiplication app, so we didn't say whether it matters if they're the same or not. They can be tested on numbers that have to be square. So what is the product? Here's a message that we'll display to the user. Okay, and we need to display both A and B. And to do that, I'm going to use a little bit of fancy formatting here. Again, don't worry if you haven't seen this before. So let's see. This times this other thing is what? And we'll give them, we're going to do this a little fancily. Okay, perfect. And this is going to be the user's guess. Type your guess. We'll give them a little space to do that. Okay. And there are a few things we're going to do to make this fancier. I'm going to go ahead and blow through those in just a few minutes. First, we need to convert this into an integer, and this is the part I'm going to talk about momentarily. So please don't worry if you haven't seen much of this code before. We're just getting rolling and getting warmed up. Here's a debugging statement that we can put in. So let's find out if this works. I typed a lot of code there, probably more than I ought to have typed before checking it out. But let's run it anyway. Okay, so it's giving us a problem, and I'm going to type a guess. I'm just going to pretend I have no idea what the answer is. Oh, look, it gave me another problem. I'm just going to continue guessing 9 because I feel like it. Okay, wow, it actually looks like the code works straight out of the box. Unusual and great. So on the next video, I'm going to explain what this does, but a good thing for you to do now will be pause this and think of anything that you would like to change or any place where you see a possible error. And if you're watching this video in a group, please discuss it and share the knowledge that you have. I can give you a hint. It's possible that the user, what if they type something improper? Perhaps not a number. What will happen? So try it and find out.